They put me back in that dungeon to starve. I hope you will all do your very best to get me out, because I'm in a very...
We will, Andrew. Love you.
The chances of release today are slim to none.
These are the last words Andrew Tate said to Elon Musk, and Elon has come out and defended him after he recently got arrested. So it starts with Andrew Tate somehow from behind bars for his team maybe as he's managing to make tweets. He said the UK can try, but they can't actually stop me from tweeting. And he went on to say, if I was really a sexual predator like grooming gangs, Prince Andrew, BBC presenters, or Epstein's best friend, Lord Mandelson, the British police would not be hunting me around the globe, they would be protecting me. And the reason is, this time round we got the usual charges of rape, human trafficking, sexual exploitation type charges. They also put in charges of child images, and Elon Musk actually responded. Someone had said to Andrew Tate's tweet, this is his strongest argument about them protecting the presenters and Prince Andrew and Epstein's friends and the British police, and Elon Musk responded, yes, he agreed with this. Andrew Tate again saying the UK government are now protecting their own, constantly the BBC presenters and all these people, associations, the government are doing things, but when I do things it's different treatment. And Sneeko has absolutely gone off on Elon Musk, saying Elon Musk should be calling for Andrew Tate's deportation. The UK are trying to hold this right now to extradite him.
Netanyahu's admission, wouldn't Elon Musk be calling for Tate's deportation too? Why hasn't Elon Musk called for Andrew Tate's deportation? Apparently he's Muslim, he's an American citizen. Elon Musk wants to deport me for what? Because I said, inshallah, people become Muslim? Tate has apparently charges of having indecent images of a child. No one calls for his deportation from the right wing. Want to know why? Because like, oh, he's one of us, he's right wing. You stupid white nationalist. He literally moved to Romania to commit crimes and get away with it, allegedly. He moved to a white European country to go and pimp out white women, to get white guys and Indians to jerk off to them because they make the best prostitutes for their camgirl website. You think he's one of you? He took advantage of your women, contributed directly to the decline of your birth rate, and you still chimp out for him because he says some very obvious rhetoric that makes you think he's based. Well, because he said women suck. This is the current state of American right wing. They claim to be conservative. They claim to want American values, and they called to deport me because of free speech. I have a real American values. I'm the one who actually believes in the founding fathers. I believe in the Constitution. We should have free speech. We should question authority. All you frauds in the right wing who are chipping out about censorship, you all want me deported from my own country because words hurt your feelings?
We all know Elon Musk's view of the UK isn't the best right now. He's gone on Joe Rogan, he's expressed his discomfort for the way they're treating the people in the UK for getting jailed for tweets. He obviously owns X.
Then they have a prison overcrowding situation in the UK, so they're quite literally releasing convicted pedophiles and putting people in jail for Facebook posts. There's an actual thing happening in Britain.
That is so wild.
Like you're like,
it's so wild that people can't see
what the fuck, is going on?
And what's insane to me
Make
is
Orwell fiction again.
Yeah.
But
it's all being encouraged by the left.
People have been jailed for both Facebook posts and tweets. Elon Musk obviously owns X, so he was only saying Facebook posts in that podcast. This guy protecting his own business, his brand. Elon Musk has had his issues with Trump, but is definitely a man with a lot of power. He's literally a trillionaire, for God's sake. The richest man in the world, and they've actually tried to pull some tactics on Elon Musk before, saying they're going to make him face the UK justice system, but this man is another level of power. They tried these games with Elon Musk, and just listen to this, he flipped it straight back on them, saying you guys will be coming over here facing justice.
We need to also assert who we are as a country, because Musk again has been interfering in our politics in the last few days, trying to whip up division. That is not who we are in Britain.
We know the UK Parliament wanted to speak to Elon Musk about the role that Twitter or X played in the horrible race riots over the summer. Musk, here's a point for you, Andrew. Musk said, how dare you? We're going to call you to the US Congress. And the very next day, Senator Mike Lee, a senior Republican senator from Utah, said, I'm going to call British MPs to testify in front of me if they go after Musk. He's basically got the American government, or at least the Republican part of it, dancing to his tune.
The power and influence of Elon, despite well-known politicians and ex-prime ministers talking about him facing justice or them wanting to question him, nothing's happened.
I was the only prime minister who allowed fracking. Sadly, I wasn't in office long enough to actually make it happen. We want Elon and his nerd army of muskrats examining the British deep state.
Well, I think there were other things that United the Kingdom marks that made that more controversial. Well, like Elon Musk calling for the violent overthrow of our government.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't agree with any violence.
I mean, that's bad, right? I mean,
yeah, definitely bad. I don't agree. Maybe might have missed that, but I don't agree with any violence.
Well, he's saying that we need to overthrow our government, and the only way we can do that, by definition, is violent.
Naughty Elon. He shouldn't have said that. I don't.
It's a bit more than naughty, isn't it? Because he's so influential. It's a bit more than.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I'm not an Elonist team.
Elon Musk is a busy man, but a few times on different tweets he has supported Andrew Tate and vice versa. Elon was getting some backlash for some reason for becoming a trillionaire. People talking about the wealth gap between people, and Andrew Tate went on a rant himself defending Elon. Right now, he could deal with some backing from any powerful people in the situation he's in, but will he get it? When big companies were turning their back on Elon Musk, Andrew Tate said he will give $1 million a month after major companies suspended their ads on his platform X because of the backlash that comes with the platform.
Anyone who's complaining about Elon's pay package is a moron, because they're sitting there crying their eyes out that he's getting paid $1 trillion, which is truly remarkable, not understanding that the amount he is getting paid is directly correlated to the value he has added to the world. He is literally populating other planets, putting rockets in space. He's the only reason China doesn't have a complete monopoly over electric vehicles. He's building tunnels under cities. You could not do any of these things. You could not even begin to attempt any of these things. Gee, you good? The fact that he is doing them is truly remarkable. He deserves his money. The people crying their eyes out saying, $1 trillion, do you have any idea how many people that could feed on food stamps? People on food stamps don't add value to anything. People on food stamps are takers. He is a maker. The fact that you cannot connect the amount he's getting paid to the amount of value he has added to the world shows you are one of life's losers. When you tell me Elon's getting $1 trillion, I don't sit and say, oh my God, that could feed a whole bunch of people who don't work. Or, oh my God, that's so much money, we could use it for something else. I think, wow, he's done some amazing things to earn that money. That is the difference between a winner and a loser. Winners see big paychecks and say, wow, they've done amazing things. Losers are jealous, and they're bitter, and they're resentful, and they want to take it off of him and pretend he doesn't deserve it for some reason, even though he clearly does. Congratulations to Elon. And this $1 trillion pay package is just the beginning. He's going to get more and more. How are you not going to end up with $1 trillion paydays when you own fucking Mars? So the future belongs to the creators. The future belongs to the makers. Money is unlimited. If you work your ass off, if you add value to the world, money will flow to you. And if you sit there and cry your eyes out that the winners are getting paid and all the money should be taken off of them and given to people who don't do any work at all, you are.
I think Elon has got enough issues on his plate in the UK, and I don't really think he has the connections other than Nigel Farage, who apparently said he tried to buy him off at a certain point to make these decisions. At some point, regardless, Andrew Tate will be coming to the UK. It's just whether or not it's going to be soon. But Elon actually tried to manipulate Nigel Farage, he said, through money.
Nobody can buy me. Nobody can bully me. Nobody can tell me what to say. You want some evidence of that? Elon Musk. All right, Elon Musk, who was holding out offers potentially of very large sums of money, not for me, but for the party. But he asked me to do a series of things, to say a series of things.
What happened with Elon, by the way? Why did you fall out?
Because he wanted me to come out publicly and support Tommy Robinson. And I said, I can't do that. I said, he wanted me to come out and talk about deportations of illegals before we had a plan.
But it's interesting to see what's going to happen here. Elon Musk is a supporter of Andrew Tate and has no faith in the UK justice system. So he is someone that would support Andrew Tate through this. But his political alliance in America, his Trump relationship has kind of dwindled since he's got into office. So I'm not sure what kind of moves or plays he could make to help Andrew Tate. And if it wasn't for Elon Musk already, Andrew Tate would become irrelevant a long time ago, because he brought a freedom of speech platform to the people to bring people back like Andrew Tate, Tommy Robinson. So he already provided them a platform with many users.
You were banned on all platforms, but recently you got unbanned on Twitter.
Yep.
Was that because of Elon Musk?
It looks like it. The big G, big E.
Are you guys friends?
I guess so. He must like me. Hey, Elon. Hey, go to the moon.
Have you ever spoke with Elon Musk?
Not yet.
Okay.
Would you like to?
Sure. I mean, I know that in the timeline on my trajectory, with my time on the planet, the chance of me speaking to Elon is 100%.
And he's been in X spaces like this with Andrew Tate when Andrew Tate's on Iran and agrees with lots of things he says. And this is the richest man in the world.
I would like to say, my final point, I would like to say, I often get asked by people who follow me, they say, who do you think who controls the world? Who do you think the Matrix is? And I use the Matrix as a very simple way to explain that they purport a false version of reality that everyone buys into to keep your mind occupied so they can extract your body heat from you for the soulless machines, which are essentially the globalists we're talking about. And I try and say that I still believe that we run the world. There's a lot more of us than them. We still control the world. It's just down to what we will accept and what will allow them to do to us. And that's why bravery is so essential and so important. And I know I can come across as brash.
If Andrew Tate is guilty of the charges in the UK, he deserves to go to prison for a long time. But this guy lost a lot of supporters through changing his opinion on things, not treating his religion with respect. He lost the brotherhood from the Muslims as well, and also doing things like crypto scams and constantly maybe he needs money to fund these legal bills. But he lost a lot of people's respect, and more clips and the old stuff of him surfacing, and many people have changed their minds on it.
Come across as brash with my message, but
no, you're not. You
I'm telling 16-year-olds, when I'm telling 16-year-olds to go and get rich and buy a fast car and train hard and go to the gym, etc., because these young men are far less likely to blindly comply, and it's extremely important that they don't psyop the next generation of young masculine youth.
And that's why the system was scared of you, Andrew, because you were doing an extreme version of it to shock them out of it, to show them how to have a destiny, how to have desire, how to want to be into the future. And then that's the same thing in a different way.
You're right. We still control the world, and it's down to what we will accept, and it's going to take bravery and love. You need to love the people around you and love the human race and love the place you're from. And I just want to wrap up by saying that I would never kill myself. And if they put me back in that dungeon to starve, I hope you will all do your very best to get me out, because I'm in a very
Andrew. Love you.
Elon Musk was in that live. They said we will, and obviously nothing has happened. Andrew Tate is sitting in prison in America right now, waiting to figure out what's going on. But something else as well, they say that Andrew Tate is an ally of Trump and Elon Musk, and that Elon Musk has tweeted on numerous occasions that he would support Andrew Tate himself. The government are trying to lock him up right now, going into UK politics. He said stuff like this.
We're going to launch officially the BRUV political party, Britain Restoring Underlying Values, and I will be aiming to be Prime Minister to fix the mess. And I want to make something clear. I am being absolutely serious. For everybody who is mocking this attempt for me to become the Prime Minister, please understand, I'm a wealthy person with 50 years of life left. The chance of me being Prime Minister, considering I was the most Googled man alive, is actually very high. This is not a game. And if you think back to the legacy of Andrew Tate since when you first heard of me, I want you to actually ask yourself a question. Have I ever lost?
Now, it may seem like he was joking. The BRUV party sounds absolutely ridiculous. That is some UK chav slang. But also, I do think Andrew Tate was trying his hardest in the last year going through this legal mess to make as much political connections as possible. That's why he was surprised when he finally got arrested in America, because he's been going around meeting with certain people and he thought they would come to his aid to protect him here. And literally no one has this time round. If you are accused of a crime, even Trump has been to court on numerous occasions, it's going to come and get you at some point, and you have to prove your innocence regardless. And this is what Andrew Tate's lawyer representing him right now, trying to stop him getting extradited to the UK, has said on the situation. Another interview.
We, of course, are going to fight extradition. So the court will set a hearing during which we will argue the merits of our position. We'll be looking at the fourth prong of the test, which is the probable cause prong. We believe that we have strong grounds, and we will make that argument to the court at the appropriate time. I don't see any set of circumstances where the judge will want to do that today. If our clients happen to get released today, then God bless America, but I think that the chances of release today are slim to none, and that does not have anything to do with the merits of the case. That is just what happens typically in these situations. The court needs time to adjust and understand what's going on. We're going to need to examine the paperwork that comes over from the United Kingdom. We'll make our arguments in a few weeks, and then we'll let the chips fall where they may. We think these charges are salacious and defamatory charges. Andrew and Tristan Tate have been accused of the most heinous acts that two men could be accused of for the past several years, but in multiple courts of competent jurisdictions across the world, in the United States, Romania, they have consistently been found innocent.
And why people are making fun of Andrew Tate so much this time around, he's been begging. And when I mean begging, literally begging, with numerous videos, 5-10 videos in recent times about him getting extradited to the UK, saying, come and get me, I want you to, I'm not guilty of anything. And now he is fighting to get extradited to stay in the US. At some point, he's going to have to come here regardless, and he's not getting the identities of the victims, so nothing's going to change. This case is going to catch up with him at some point, but they will try their hardest to say the Romanian one is still ongoing, not to extradite him now.
England, a failing nation, has its members of parliament talking about how important it is they extradite me from Hong Kong. They need to extradite me because 15 years ago, supposedly I hit some girl. They found some girl from 15 years ago on a council estate saying I hit her. I'm sure she doesn't do cocaine every weekend. This very credible victim. Absolute clown show, complete garbage, complete joke. They do this everywhere I go. When I went to the Bahamas, they talked about extraditing me.
When I was in Dubai, they talked about it. When I was in Turkey, they talked about it. Now I'm in Hong Kong. It's all over the media. They're saying extradite me. Why do I never get extradited? Here I am. I'm in Hong Kong. I'm going nowhere. Come get me. We all know your judicial system's corrupt. People are awake now. After COVID, after the migrant boats, after the false elections, everybody knows that you're trying to stitch me up for telling the truth. Everybody knows I affect elections. But why do I never actually get extradited? It's because you have so little evidence. Florida tried it. DeSantis and his little girlfriend, they tried an investigation. Everyone investigates me and is bitterly disappointed. I don't do drugs like every other person on Twitter. I'm not fucking loads of endless girls like everyone else in the world. I don't go to sex parties like all you fucking weirdos. I have no homosexual skeletons in my closet. You've investigated me for 5 years, every jurisdiction, everyone, head to toe, nothing to find. All you can do is put in the news over and over again in the media, we need to extradite Andrew Tate. MPs saying, we need to get Andrew Tate. As if you don't have a failing country with knife crime, drugs, migrants. I'm your concern? I'm not even fucking there, bruv. I'm in Hong Kong, and you know I'm here. So come get me.
And this time around in America, they've come and got him. But Andrew Tate knows that he's not going to get on the plane with police officers, go to the UK and walk into a courtroom. That is definitely not going to happen. What is going to happen? He's going to get extradited over to the UK. He's going to go straight to a high security prison and they're going to prepare for trial. That could be a year. That could even be 2 years. How they want to play this out. They're going to delay things. And it's going to take ages. So he's going to have to face some punishment before the trial actually goes ahead by sitting in prison as a high risk prisoner. So we cannot associate with other inmates. It's going to be solitary confinement or tough conditions. So there's going to be punishment here regardless. Lastly, I want to say Andrew Tate is now out of options. If he manages somehow to wiggle his way out of this and his lawyer does a good job and he doesn't go get extradited to the UK now, at some point he will, but also there's nowhere else to go now. In Dubai, where also he has good connections, they've been extraditing people like Daniel Kinahan that are a lot more powerful than Andrew Tate. So now this is the time that Andrew Tate is going to at some point face justice for these allegations in the UK and have to try and prove he's innocent. And it is a lot of charges, 59 to face.